Sandman Nation, it is Survivor time. I'm here with the Survivor expert, Mr. Brandon Lewis. He's the only one that can stay alive through all of these weeks. Definitely, I can't stay alive. I'm Nate. He's Brandon. We're the St. Louis Syndicate. Your picks this week are very narrow, right, Brandon?
They sure are. Unless you got Philly left. And then, I don't know, have at it. I mean, as you can see here in our graphic, like they've got some other fun weeks where they are highly rated to win later on, but 17 and 18 start to get a little weird because, they're probably going to have their situation wrapped up more or less when we
Yeah.
get around to 3, 4 weeks from now. So yeah, if you saved Philly, I did not. I used them week 6. That's the end of that.
Philly's a
I'm
good
now
bull to
getting
shoot
to
there.
stare. Yeah, I'm getting to stare at a bunch of these 73 to 69% guys. Now, and look, it's a good upside. I got all of those guys left. I think that as we talked before, the interconference stuff, Pittsburgh, that was a fun game they played on Sunday. I don't know if that's repeatable. And then Cleveland came out Monday night and threw the ball all over the yard to both teams, for that matter. Um, Winston threw a ton of touchdowns between both of the teams. Uh, so you never know. Um, but I think I'm going to be on Minnesota this week. The more that we
Okay.
kind of talked about it as we were prepping here, um, Atlanta, the throw speed with Cousins that they've kind of picked up on the last week or so. Seems like his lower body or his arm is running out of gas. And Brian Flores knows Kurt quite well coming out of Minnesota last, year. Um, I think that's a sneaky good spot to to get through, even though the line's a little bit shorter than say Miami or Pittsburgh or Tampa. Um, I don't know. I don't know that I want to lay it with those other guys. Even Cincinnati. Cincinnati going on the road. All of a sudden,
Mm,
Dallas was able to do some stuff on Thanksgiving.
mm.
Cincinnati keeps screwing up
I
games. I mean,
just
they're on a 3-game losing streak.
Man, if you have Cincinnati left, I'd say you cannot play them. So sometimes these percentages, I just really dislike seeing the percentage. You can't trust graphics like this completely. You've got to look deeper at the story, like look at the weeks before, look at the weeks coming up, which is kind of why we're trying to show all 18 weeks here to give you a little bit of a
Yeah.
trend. I'll tell you, Brandon. I don't know. I like the idea of Minnesota. It kind of covers all of your core bases, especially with Cousins being a little leaky last week. Um,
Uh-huh.
that being said, this is your last chance to play Pittsburgh if you think you're going to use them. I don't think I would play them at all in the next four. So
No, you're right.
strategically, if Minnesota is not on the page for you, which I bet a lot of people don't have Minnesota left. Um, Pittsburgh could be left for a lot of folks, and it's probably the right play for them because Pittsburgh's
They
been a
they
little.
could.
They were a little limpy in there, and their wins are over some teams that maybe you wouldn't have gambled on them with. Early on, you wouldn't have gambled. You wouldn't have gambled with them against Washington or Baltimore. Um, Cleveland, maybe. I kind of like Tampa in this spot. I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm not. I don't have a dog in the fight. But I think Las Vegas is trash right now, and I think Tampa is playing for the playoffs. They are on the fringe. The Falcons are right there. The Bucks are the first team out, first team in kind of scenario. They're 6-6, and the Falcons are 6-6. So this is really a big deal for Tampa to continue to playoff push.
The one upside with Tampa is if you still have them, like I do, week 17, they get to go against Carolina.
True, and
Now,
they're going to still
we
be
just saw
fighting
them
in week 17.
win and not cover last week at Carolina. So it is a little squirrely going, okay, now you guys come to our house, but yeah, those are kind of the two opportunities if you have one. That I have them kind of penciled in week 17 for me. That with the mix of teams that I have, every time I've walked through different scenarios, um, they keep coming up the best opportunity I have in week 17. So I've kind of been holding on to them. I'm a little worried. And one of the things that I would be a little worried about this week is um, there is definitely some money leaking in on Vegas,
Mm.
um, because there are some whispers out there that Baker's not 100%,
Ah,
or not even, obviously, he's not 100%. The guy goes out there and bangs head with people for 60 minutes every week, but like that he might actually be like injured, not just banged up. Um, so there is a little bit of that risk out there that who knows? Maybe he doesn't go. Maybe he's not 100%. Maybe he goes and he gets clipped and then he comes out of the game, or I don't know. There's just
wait,
some bad
wait,
juju around that thing.
wait. I just got a report. The Raiders, hold on. The Raiders were getting on an airplane and they fumbled. They were heading to Tampa and they fumbled. Oh, they fumbled right over Kansas City and Mahomes recovered it. Yes, that's your news report. They're headed to Tampa and they just fumbled. Okay.
Uh, that's awesome.
Nothing like making a serious
Uh,
joke.
no, no, Vegas is a mess. But yeah, there is that risk out there that I kind of heard about. Um,
No, that's
one of
good
the
to know.
guys talking on one of the pods today
That's
about
good
that.
information.
It seemed like there was just some money kind of unprompted flooding in on the Vegas side, and that it was tied to maybe he's a little more injured than just banged up. So that's something to keep in mind. Think about it. Like obviously, it's a good spot because I don't know. I love me some Baker, and
Oh,
Vegas
yeah.
just they seem so dead. I mean, I guess. Um,
Wait. Just got a
wait.
call coming in. They were they Aiden O'Connell just threw an interception to himself. He ran the other way and the team got a safety. Yes, Vegas.
We called it the anti Josh Allen.
The anti Josh Allen. Oh. So from what I'm hearing, Minnesota, pretty solid play. Pittsburgh, if you don't have Minnesota available, probably okay. Tampa,
Yeah,
pause and pay attention because there could be other news you need to know about.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah. That seems to cover most of it. Watch out. We're within striking distance here. If you're still alive, line out your plays. Figure out where you want to put the people that you've got left, especially 17 and 18. Look at who you've got left and who you think is still going to have to be playing those weeks. Don't back yourself into a corner where you're having to take some short favorite that just kind of needs to win week 18. You don't want to sit through that.
No, that'd be rough. All
Yeah.
right. Well, hey, those are your picks, guys. He's Brandon. I'm Nate. Wait. Max Crosby just tripped over a white line, and the officials called holding. Holding on the Raiders. Defensive holding. He was holding himself up on the Chiefs lineman. It's defensive penalty. Oh, all right. Peace.